Good evening everyone, all the way from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Today I wanted to make a video to help anyone out there who is on the path of improving oneself. If you are trying to change your habits, if you're trying to be more happy, to let go of the past, to improve yourself spiritually, I wanted to create some resources to support you along this journey. Because when we're trying to fix things that are not currently working in our lives, this journey is challenging. And this journey is difficult. So the more tools and resources that we have that we can put into your toolbox, the more helpful it can be. But here are 3 tips that can be helpful to supporting your journey. Good friends. This is the first thing I encourage people to seek out as you are on the path to improving yourself. The thing that always catches my attention, that stands out to me in the teachings, is really when there was a story of a disciple asking the Buddha directly, and his question was, on this spiritual path, is having good spiritual friendships 50% of this path? And the answer was no, it's not 50% of the path, but it's 100% of this path. And for me, I wanted to remind everyone out there how important it is to have these good friends. Like I said, this journey will come with so many challenges and so many obstacles. Internally, externally, everything will be thrown at you to get you off this path. Some of the things can be your motivation. I know for myself, even living in the monastery, even training myself full-time in this spiritual path, it is not easy. And there are days where it's just great and it's peaceful and it's amazing. But then there's also days where it's just challenging, where you're not motivated, your old habits, your old ways of thinking, speaking, and behaving. What happens? And what happens is that it starts to creep in. Then slowly somewhere along the line, you'll have weekdays where the logic will kick in. And you know what? Today, I feel like I don't need to participate. And this is where then the excuses come in. We start to play little mind games with ourselves. We start to use excuses and justification. And you know what? That's fine. I don't need to pay attention to this area of my life. I don't need to follow through because I had a rough day, because I'm not motivated, because I'm tired, because I'm lazy, and the list goes on. And for me, this is normal and it is common. And these traps will always be there. But if we know that these traps will be there, will continue to be there, then what is the protector in all of this? And the protector is you need good friends. You need those people who will continue to push you firmly and also compassionately and gently. People who can use wisdom, that knows how to talk to you and get you back on track. Push you, inspire you, motivate you, lead by example with their own lives, and be partners and go on this journey parallel, on that same path. And for me, I feel so lucky because I have my brother monks, one of the closest brother monk that I have, who gets to do the work with me on a daily basis, who when I travel gets to go with me, and we always help to process, help to support one another, and that is Long P. Michael. If you haven't met him, then if you're in Pape or anywhere we come to the different places around the world. I hope you get a chance to meet him. But these are the types of friends where they help you, you help them, and on equal ground, we make this commitment where we're gonna go and support one another to encourage each other to do wholesome things. This is key. And when we talk about doing good things, it really is coming back to things that are wholesome. Make sure your speech is wholesome. Make sure your actions are wholesome, your thoughts are wholesome, and things that will continue to benefit you. We'll get into more details of what it takes to be good friends, but for now, I would start with the opposite. And the opposite is look at who are not good friends. And we know what that looks like. Those are the ones who are not helping you to getting you to reach your goals. Those who are not supportive, those who do not encourage you, but actually get you off the track and derail you. So on this path of improving oneself, find good friends. Find them through communities, find them through having like interests, and maybe there's a group or an environment where you can start to meet them. But this is so critical, and I just wanted to give you this gentle reminder of having acquaintances, having peers, having these people, one another. Again, let's walk this path together. Teachers and mentors. This can expand because on this path, we need people that can guide us. These can expand to guides. This can expand to therapists and counselors and people on your AA meetings. But when I'm talking about mentors and teachers, is those who are on a different level, who have been on that path before, that can help to point you along this path. They can teach you some of the steps. They can teach you some of the downfall. They can work with you on a one-on-one basis to help you to start to see things that you may not have seen or you're not even aware of. But in the monastery, for us, I feel so fortunate because we always have access to our mentors. Our mentors in the monastery are those monks who came before us. They teach us all the basic things of even how do you dress? How do we eat properly? How do we view issues when they come up for us? How do we look at solutions? Where do we go to even find solutions? Please point me in that way. Point me to resources, share some of your personal experiences with me, but these are those people who can, again, be a teacher that can support you. And also, along with our mentors, for us, we have access to teaching monks. These teaching monks that we have access to have been in monkhood for over a decade, over 2 decades, some over 3 decades, and they're teaching us on a daily, weekly, monthly basis just wisdom that can help to support us, wisdom that can supplement our daily lives, but it's just wonderful to have. So in whatever context that you're in, if you're not in the monastery and if you're in the regular lay life, no problem. But find teachers, guides, counselors, sponsors, coaches, whatever realm you're in, it's okay. But make sure you have teachers. Models and heroes. On this path, We need something that we can strive towards. Models and heroes for me would be those that we don't have access to. In this life, or in my realm that I'm living in, the model that we strive towards is the Buddha. The model that we strive towards is our master. And in any tradition, they have their own masters. So this for us is, we don't have access to them. I can't just call them. I can't talk to them in person. But these are the types of people who are not currently here that we can use their lifestyle to see what is so great about it. Oh, wow, these are the characters that they're teaching me. These are the perfections, the qualities that they possess that I wish one day I had. And we use them as a model. And in Buddhism, just some education piece for us regarding the Buddha, we do not worship the Buddha. But for this context, it's just seeing that this was a human who became enlightened, which means that he purified his mind, anger, greed, and delusion. And on this path, he developed this wisdom. He also laid out a system that we can follow. Wow. There you go. Eightfold Path. 4 Noble Truths. These are the qualities that they have. Wow. That is patience at a level that I don't currently have. I'm striving to be that. This is qualities like endurance, qualities like kindness and compassion, because at times for us, maybe we want to seek revenge, maybe we want to gossip, but okay, that's fine, but let's strive for higher. Let's strive for better. And in any kind of context for you, you have access to those. You do not have to be a Buddhist. It's not only the Buddha out there, but if you are Christian or Catholic, you have a model for you. If you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, if you have no religion, we can always have someone who we can strive for and who we can aspire to be one day. So it gives us this inspiration that it is possible, and also it gives you a clear pathway that we can follow. Fantastic. So there you have it. These are the 3 things that I wanted to give you as a gentle reminder as you're going on this spiritual path. Remember, you need good friends. 2, you need good mentors and teachers. And thirdly, you can access models and heroes who are not currently here. Okay, so now with all of that cleared, why am I making this video? And the purpose really is because when I'm talking about this path of suffering, when I'm talking then about the path to healing and improving oneself, and then I provide these resources, the question that I always get asked all the time, and people always call me out, and they will say, you know what, Venerable Nick, out of respect, I hear what you're saying, but you have access to those things. For someone like you, if you're in the monastery, and so lucky because you have brother monks, you have good friends, you have teachers always at your front door that you have access to. But for me, someone where I am currently, I don't even have access to the wisdom. I don't have good friends. I don't have any teachers. I don't have any models. So then how can I even get started? And for me, I want to push back and I want to challenge this a little bit. Because if you have good friends, wonderful. That is a good start. If you do not, then find some. Make an effort to get this. And if you do not have it, it is okay. And I understand that. And there are times where we may not have good friends. That's okay. Secondly, then with teachers and mentors, well, I currently don't have that. Okay, again, I get that. And there are situations where some people do not have it. And then a third one is regarding the mentor and the model. And for me is, if you're watching this video, you have access to them. Right now, more than ever, with technology, you're watching a Buddhist monk talking about mental health, talking about Buddhism and well-being on a screen. We never had that before. We have podcasts now. We have books and audios. And again, I want to push back because we can always find someone that we look up to that will give us clues to where to start. I get it that you may not have a comprehensive model where this person is with you, they're hand holding you, they're keeping you accountable. Yeah, you may not have that one-on-one, but this is a start. For myself is, I don't have access to my masters, my great masters. Again, we come from a lineage. Some of them have passed away. Some of them just physically, I'm not in their vicinity, and I do not have access also to, for us, again, because we're Buddhist monks, who do we strive towards is the Buddha. Unfortunately, I can't text, I can't call, I can't communicate, I can't email. I don't have access the same way you do not have access. But with that is, we have resources available. We have books, and we have people in all dimensions, whether it's in the spiritual dimension, whether it's in the mental health dimension, whether it's in the physical dimension, even finance dimension, but we have people who have been successful in that area. We have people who have shared their life stories. We have Mother Teresa, we have Nelson Mandela, we have presidents of states and countries. But again, I'm not here to judge who you think is a good model, but we have good models. Find them. What are you trying to accomplish? And study their path. What did they do? What are the challenges? And one key thing, again, our teaching master nun always shares with us is, she says, the hardest skill you can develop is the skill to teach yourself. But wherever you are, try this. And how do you teach yourself when you're accessing someone's autobiography? You're accessing someone's wisdom, someone's life story, someone's book, someone's podcast, and they're giving you all of these ingredients. But for me, I would say, come back to the question of, if this person was in front of me, if this person was with me, how I'm talking, how I'm acting, I'm behaving, where I'm actually struggling and challenging or struggling with, what would this person tell me? Do they approve of these things? If not, how would they do it differently? Again, not to beat yourself up, but no, they're with you. But access this wisdom. Get quiet and get still. And this is what we mean by having time to reflect and contemplate and to get still. That way, then you use these models as a gauge. And for us, then we ask, okay, with the way that I'm living. Let's just start with today. My behaviors or my actions or my habits. How would my master guide me? What would they say about this? Okay. How would the Buddha guide me? And again, wherever you are, it can be Jesus, Muhammad, any tradition, it does not matter. But use them as a self-reflection tool. Don't beat yourself up. But then if you did not meet up to the standard, one, just recognize that. Oh, today was not a good day. Today I fell into that trap again. Today I did not live morally. Oh, I didn't even do my best. Okay, that's fine. Acknowledge it, own that peace, and then now reflect and contemplate and see, okay, how can I have done it better? And each day come back to this. Make a commitment and keep striving and keep checking yourself. So regardless of your situation, if you have access to all three of these things, good friends, good teachers, models, wonderful. If you have access to one of this, does not matter, but start there. Do the work. Don't focus on the negative, but use what you currently have now and practice it. And start somewhere, and it will continue to build and it will lead you to the next level. But we can't talk about the next steps and the next level until we complete this part. So step by step and start at square one. Then the second part to why I'm sharing this is also a gentle reminder of when you have access to these things. Take the theory, understand the wisdom, and then the second part is so crucial. And the second part is practice it, do it, and implement it into your life. Many people think so big, and I get it. You want your life to change, and we all do, and we want it to improve, so no big deal. But how do we get to that point? And how do we get to that point is through taking one step, one action, one habit, one skill, one plan, and implement it and try that into your life. And then it will slowly start to build. If possible, don't get caught up in the romanticizing, healing or improvement, but really is more of an integration. Take the tools that you get from your model, from your mentor, your heroes, and what they would want for you is in their teaching. Use it. Use it. We took the time and we gave you this wisdom in podcast form, in chanting form, in book form, in video form, in audio form. We put this wisdom on a silver platter for you. And all we're asking you is today, take one item, apply it into your life, and keep going. But for me, I just wanted to, I thought it was important to do this video because wherever you are in your life, I just want to inspire you that it's not hopeless, that we do have some options available to us. And yes, some people have more options and resources, and some people may not have as many options and resources. But what I find is that even though you have options and resources, if you don't use it, you don't integrate it, it means nothing. So I would rather have someone who has little and limited resources, just a book. just a book. But from that, I have the intention of really cleaning myself up, body and mind. At this space in my life, I want to change my habits. I want to live a more wholesome life. I want to live with more meaning, and I want to train myself. Let me take one tool, let me use it, and let me apply it. To me, this is success. But again, come back to simplicity, come back to foundation, and just do one thing. But this is another long rant. There seems to be a pattern, but the intention is there, and the intention is that all of you be happy and healthy. And with that, I just hope this is helpful. But as always, sending you my blessings and my greetings all the way from Thailand. Hope you are all safe and happy and healthy. Satu.